All right, what is going on, guys? It is Austin, and it brings me no pleasure to come on and say this, but my Tradovate account is blowing up, and unfortunately, this is not a joke. And it really all happened in one day. As you can see, I'm in my new place. We successfully moved. There was a lot of chaos last week, super stressful week, just personally with the move and staying at a friend's house, and there was just all this stuff that happened personally. But I did manage to have kind of my setup at my friend's house for a couple days, and I did take some trades in the morning last week at his place, and mostly it did not go well, but was manageable. Kind of sticking within the rules, and then it was just really one day. One day, I blew up the account. Really, as you can see, this was my weekly performance. So, just, I don't know what to say, but I just, all I know is I have to come on and make this video and, keep up the transparency. And that's what this channel is all about. So this is just another chapter logged in the book, but this is a blown up account right here because I funded the account with 3,000, brought it up to about 5,000, and lost 4,000 on the week. I can tell you right now that the account right now has about $700 in it. So could I fight back and build it back up over time and with a careful strategy? Yeah, maybe. But right now, it's all the elements of a blown up account, and it really was just one day where I dropped the rules, and I had a loser, I had another loser, and then I actually had a max loss in place, right? I had a max loss auto liquidating trigger in the account, and that hit, and then I changed it. It was about, I think it was about 315, so it was a really tight daily loss, and then I made it 400. And what happened was I took another trade after I made it 400. So I moved the goalpost. I changed it. I should have just stopped trading right there, then and there. I would have been totally fine. But this is my problem, man. I am stubborn, and so until I learn to fight that and not be stubborn, these results are gonna keep happening. And so anyway, I changed it to 400. I gave myself another less than like $100, and I took another position, and it liquidated me out. I went down on the position, liquidated me out, and then it instantly reversed. And so I got stopped out. It was the classic stop out and then run in your favor. And so, what did that do? It frustrated me. So what did I do? I said, screw it. I went into the risk settings. This all happened so fast, right? It was all just emotionally fueled. It happened so fast. I should have taken a step back and checked in with myself, but I did not do that. At that point, I was down 400. I moved it again. Actually, sorry, I got rid of the daily loss limit. At that point, I went into the risk settings. I got rid of it. That's really what did me in. And once that was gone, I don't know. It was maybe 10, 20 minutes later, I jumped in another trade. I think I might have just jumped right into another trade. I'm not really sure. I'm trying to remember, but that did not work. At that point, I was down 700. Took another trade down 1,500. Took another trade with 2 full-size ES contracts. Yeah, you heard that right. Probably about 4 or 5x the amount of size I would take on a normal trade to revenge trade. That trade actually I was in for a while. That was kind of the trade where I was in it, and I knew at that point that I'd already messed up. I knew I kind of put myself in a mindset where at that point I basically said it's kind of too late at this point, and I'm either gonna hit this one and make it back, or the account's gonna be blown up. And I kind of made the mistake of just finding peace in that somehow, and I was like, you know what, it is what it is. And I was in the trade. I was up on the trade straight away. I was up on the trade like $600 or $700 at best, and I could have taken that off, and I still would have had a losing day. It still would have been bad, but man, it would not have been a blown up account. It would have been down, 800-900 on the day. That would have been a blessing. But then it went way against me. Then it came all the way back. Again, I had a chance to get it out in the green, and then it went. So I'm gonna show you I'm gonna show you what I'm looking at here. So this is my Tradovate account, and this was the day. It was on Thursday actually that the account got blown up. Oh God, it's so painful for me to make these videos, man. I hate this. I hate this so much. But yeah, I actually had a long off the open. This was the first it wasn't a mistake. I wanted the long off the open. I put resistance, I think, at 45, and I was trying to get out at like 42 in front of that. I thought that was fine. And I think the first trade I might have gotten out like break even or something like that. I jumped back in, took a loser, started to come down. I think I went short at the low, popped all the way back up. I got out, went long at the high, wham, back down. So it was one of those days where I was just getting totally chopped around, like real bad, because these are big moves. These are like 15, 20 point candles on this 15-minute chart, and I was just getting absolutely whipsawed. So that was not good. I went short. Somewhere here. I was up on the trade. This was where I was in for the 2 full-size ES contracts, that last trade. I was up on it as we hit a low of 0.3. I was looking for down into below 3,900 really. And I'm not going to go into the details of all my analysis or whatever. There wasn't much of that, to be honest. It was just one of those days where it was just emotionally fueled, absolutely. And wham, we came squeezing up all the way up here. I was down bad up here. Then came all the way back down. You can see it hit 0.9. My average was like 12. So I was up on it a few points there. Bam, back up, back down here like 0.6. I was up like 6 points on 2 full-size ES contracts. Could have gotten out there. Wham, right back up. I was looking for new lows, and then here I stopped out, and then I think I even took one more trade after that, going long, and then I got auto liquidated again just based on the margin. I didn't even have enough in the account to be in the position. So nothing short of full on disaster, and that's how this happened. And it was one day. It was one bad day of trading, but that's what will happen if you break your rules. And once you start putting that big size on the table, things can go south so quickly. So it sucks, because I was trading the account for 2 to 3 weeks and making steady gains and making progress, and then in one day, it took me one day to blow up the account. So the silver lining that I keep getting myself in this mindset of like, it was one bad day. So you had all those good days of trading, and then you just had one bad day. The only difference is the magnitude of how much you lost is wiping out all of that. But on the other side of things, it was just one day compared to weeks of good and bad days, but all good days from the perspective of strategy and risk management. Then one bad day of risk management, and this is what will happen. This is what can happen to you. So, after something like this, it's kind of, well, it's definitely demoralizing, and I certainly had thoughts of returning to equities trading, still playing with that idea, but basically at this point, I can pretty easily come to the conclusion that, look, I'm not qualified to be trading real money on futures. Like, I'm not, because clearly, even with with a max loss in place, I just go in there and I just get rid of it, and then I overtrade. I definitely think that if this day had been on stream, this would not have happened. That I'm positive about that. If I were streaming this, no way I would have been caught doing stuff like this. This was me in front of the screen, getting emotional, getting stubborn, no one there to see it, no one there to critique it, no one there to slap me across the face, right? And the reality is I shouldn't need that. But, I think if I had that, this obviously would not have happened. So, It's embarrassing. It really is. But from here forward, I want to talk about, next steps briefly, which is what I'm going to do is on Tuesday after Labor Day, I'm going to be starting the Trader Career Path Earn to Trade program evaluation, which I need to trade for 15 days minimum. I need to hit a certain profit target, and it'll be in a simulated account, right? It'll be, one of these funded journeys. And I think that's really going to be what I need right now, because not only is it a simulated account, so I'm not risking my own money, but it's an evaluation in that if I pass, I can say, look, I've got potential. I can say I've got a future here, as long as I can just manage the downside, right? If I can just manage the downside, avoid days like this, right? I mean, it's really like quite simple. So I had so many good days of risk management, and now one bad day, and so now I think the right thing to do is to kind of quote unquote like quasi punish myself for this by putting myself in a simulator. But it's not even a punishment. It's just like what needs to be done, really. It's just like what needs to happen. As clearly I need to be in a simulated environment so that I stop, doing this. I mean, this was again one bad day. This is what it was on the week. So I was already red on the week, but my red days were small relatively, and then it was just one blow up day where I lost 3,800. So I was actually only down like 200 on the week, and then in one day I lost 3,800. So really bad. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the Earn to Trade Trader Career Path. I was talking about that on stream last week and the week before, and now I'm going to start it on Tuesday. And so it's great timing, because that was always my plan, was to start it on Tuesday. But now I'm really going to be more focused on that and less focused on, my own account, which is pretty much, it's blown up at this point. And so that's what I need to do is, do the Earn to Trade, and if I pass, I can say I've got potential and move forward. And what's nice about the Trader Career Path is that it scales up. So if I pass the evaluation, I'll be given a $25,000 account, real money, to trade with. Then I can scale up to 50, 100, 200, and so I think that'll be really good for me. And maybe somewhere in there, again, if I pass the evaluation, assuming I pass, I will probably at some point go back to also trading in a personal account as well. But I think really the right thing to do is to focus on this evaluation so that I'm in a simulated environment, get back to that smaller size, risk management. It just sucks that I did this, right? It just sucks. Like there's just no, right? There's no snap of the fingers that I can, make this go away. What's done is done. And look, I've had multiple big losses in the last 2 to 3 years in my trading and equities and all this. I'm very familiar with taking huge hits. This one was quite huge, but it happened. It happened, man. Futures are volatile instruments. Anyway, so I'm ranting on, but what I want to say before I go is that if you want to follow along with me, which I encourage you to do so, there's a few people in the Discord I know are interested. If you go to the link in the description of this video, right now for this month, Earn to Trade is actually running a 40% off promo on the Trader Career Path, the same program that I'm going to be doing. So if you're interested, I encourage you to take them up on that offer, 40% off if you click that link in the description. I do get a little kickback from that, so I'll be fully transparent with that. So it helps me out. And but yeah, if you're interested, you can follow right along with me if you sign up today, tomorrow, and then we can you and I can do our first day in the program on Tuesday. And I think that would be kind of cool if we had a few people that were following along. And again, it's just very convenient. I didn't know, but I got the email from Earn to Trade saying that the promotion this month is actually the Trader Career Path, and it's 40% off. So that is really cool that they're starting that right at the same time that I'm going to be starting that. And so I think you guys can get that 40% off and follow along if you want. So anyway, this is just something that I have to do. I clearly need a simulated environment if I want to continue with futures. And I think on the other side of things, if I don't pass this eval, if I'm struggling too much, I just can't get it, I'm going back to equities. Like, simple as that. I mean, trading is really something where if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And it's so, that expression probably isn't as true for anything else as it is for trading. Trading really should be a rinse and repeat thing. And days like this really aren't supposed to happen because, the big blow up days are unacceptable. You give back all your profit, you give back everything. I mean, it sucks. So anyway, that's what I'm going to be doing. So I just wanted to come out here and make this update video, and I appreciate all you guys. I will be back live, guys, on Tuesday morning. All right, Trader Career Path. It's probably going to be shorter live streams because my classes are starting. I've got another semester of college here and getting settled in. So the streams probably, there's going to be a bit of a different schedule. We're going to figure it out. I'll talk about it on stream, but we'll be back live on Tuesday, and trading in the Earn to Trade Trader Career Path. So yeah, I'm excited for it. Honestly, I am, and it just, I'm just bummed that I just blew up my account first, dude. It sucks. Like, it makes me feel like I can't do it, but we'll see. I mean, the eval, it will really put me to the test, so we'll find out. So anyway, all right, that's it from me, guys, and I'll see you guys on Tuesday. That's it. Link in description for Earn to Trade. All right, see ya.